Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है मेरे मैरिड हब चैनल में। हम लोग जो 1000 MCQ का सीरीज कर रहे हैं एवरी सब्जेक्ट के लिए। ये मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस का फर्स्ट टॉपिक है या फर्स्ट क्लास है। ओके, देयर इज द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन। इन्वेस्टमेंट कास्टिंग यूज ए पैटर्न मेड अप ऑफ ए वुड, बी मेटल, सी वैक्स, डी प्लास्टिक। वैक्स इज यूज sorry wax used in the investment casting. Friends, question number 2. A taper provided on the pattern for easy and the clean withdrawal from the mold is known as A. Shrinkage allowance, B. Distortion allowance, C. Machining allowance, D. Draft allowance. Chills are used in the casting mold too. This is very important. Achieve directional solidification, reduce blowholes, reduce the freezing time, D. Increase the smoothness of the casting surface. A. Achieve the directional solidification. Friends, next question. Which one of the following is the correct statement? Gate is provided in the molds to A. Feed the casting at a constant rate. B. Gives the passage to gases. C. Compensate for the shrinkage. D. To avoid the cavities. A. Feed the casting at a constant rate. Next question. Which of the following statements about unused heat from an energy source in a steam power plant is correct? A. Is not used by the economizer. B. Is used to cool the steam in the condenser. C. Is direct released to atmosphere. D. It used to preheat feed water and superheat the generated steam. C. It is directly released to the atmosphere. Unused heat एटमॉस्फेयर में रिलीज कर देता है। Next question. Which one of the following materials will require the largest size of the riser for the same casting? A. Aluminium, B. Cast iron, C. Steel, D. Copper. A. Aluminium, बिकॉज एल्यूमिनियम का जो लिक्विड सॉलिडिफिकेशन है वो ज़्यादा होता है, लार्ज लिक्विड सॉलिडिफिकेशन होता है, इसलिए राइजर भी लार्ज रिक्वायर होता है। Next question, friends. The property which makes the molding sand capable of the withstanding high temperatures of the molten metal without the fusion of the sand is A. Refractoriness, B. Porosity, C. Cohesiveness, D. Plasticity. A. Refractoriness. Hot tears refers to A. Casting defect, B. Process of the fabrication of the sheet metals, C. Process of the heat treatment, D. Weathering of non-ferrous metals. This is a defect of the casting defects. Question number 9, friends. Gears are casted by A. Permanent mold casting, B. Slash casting, C. Centrifugal casting, D. All of the options. A. Permanent mold casting. Next question, friends. Small amount of the carbonate material sprinkled on the inner surface of the mold cavity is called A. Baking sand, B. Facing sand, C. Green sand, D. Dry sand. This is the facing sand. Next question, friends. The methods of the casting for the producing ornamental species are A. Slash and the gravity casting, B. Pressed and the slash casting, C. Semi-permanent mold and pressed casting, D. Gravity and the semi-permanent mold casting, B. Pressed and the slash casting. Chaplets is used to A. Increase the cooling rate of the molten metal, B. Decrease the cooling rate of the molten metal, C. Compensate the shrinkage, D. Support the core. A. Increase the cooling rate of the molten metal. Sorry friends, this is the chills. There is the question is the chaplet. Chaplet is the support the core. कोर को सपोर्ट देने के लिए यूज होता है, ऐसे होता है ना, चैपलेट्स कोर को सपोर्ट देता है. In die casting, missing allowance is: A. Not provide, B. Small, C. Large, D. Very large. Not provided. In a centrifugal casting method, A. Core is made of sand, B. Core is made of ferrous metal, C. Core is made of non-ferrous metal, D. Non-core is used. No core is used. There is a rotational for the centrifugal effect. There is casting is created. Core is not required. In allowance that is given along the vertical walls of the pattern for each of withdrawal of the pattern from sand is known as: A. Shrinkage allowance, B. Machining allowance, C. Draft allowance, D. Chamber allowance. इसलिए हम लोग ड्राफ्टिंग अलाउंस यूज करते हैं, ड्राफ्टिंग अलाउंस. Next question friends. Misran is a casting defect which occurs due to: A. Very high pouring temperature of the metal, B. Insufficient fluidity of the molten metal, C. Absorption of gases by the liquid metal, D. Improper alignment of the molded flux, B. Insufficient fluidity of the molten metal. In sand molding, the bottom flux is called: A. Cove, B. Drag, C. Flat, D. Riddle. B. Drag. Next question. Sand acquires a predeterminate shape under pressure and retains the same when pressure is removed. This is due to the property of the sand known as: A. Plasticity, B. Cohesiveness, C. Refractoriness, D. Adhesiveness. A. Plasticity. Next question. Metal pattern are used for: A. Small casting, B. Large casting, C. Complicated casting, D. Large scale production of the casting. D. Large scale production of the casting. Next question. The vertical passage for the bringing molten metal to mold cavity is called: A. Gat, B. Runner, C. Sprue, D. Riser. C. Sprue. Draft is provided in the pattern so that it can be easily withdrawn from the mold cavity. Scent can be filled easily, compression can be done effectively, casting can be solidifying easily. A. It can easily withdrawn from the mold cavity. Thank you for watching this video and next वीडियो पाने के लिए इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करके बेल आइकन को ऑन करके रखना नोटिफिकेशन मिलने के लिए.